Hey everyone, it's Fitz with the Walk and Talk, although I'm going to stand here next to this wall out of the wind. What a miserable day for Kansas State football. That was as crappy as an offensive performance as I've seen in a very long time. There's so much blame to go around. But at the end of the day, you got to put it on the coaches. They weren't prepared for this game. Whatever they're doing with Adrian Martinez isn't working. We were told this guy was going to come in and make a bunch of big plays and turn the ball over and lose games. This pendulum swung back the other way. He looked so afraid to throw the ball downfield, so afraid of making turnovers, that he's paralyzed at times. He had open receivers throughout the day that he didn't cut it loose to, and I can't explain it. This isn't at all the guy we thought we'd see. We thought we'd see a guy that would make some bad decisions trying to make big plays, and he's not making decisions. He kind of locks in and just takes the safe under route. You know, I find a sad irony in the fact that K-State made a change at offensive coordinator because of the execution on 3rd and 4th down at Texas last year. And then we saw the same thing happen here. They lined up in the shotgun 4 out of 5 times on 4th down, if I'm recalling that right. And guess what happened on all 4 of those? They didn't get it. The one time they were under center, they got it. The play calling on 3rd and 4th down was not just awful, but the execution was just pitiful. You know, football's a pretty simple sport. You can boil this down in a number of ways. You can point fingers all you want. But at the end of the day, it's about blocking and tackling. Guess who was better in both of those areas all day long? It was Tulane. And, you know, I emphasized coming into this game how well coached Tulane would be, and that was an extremely well coached team. They were so prepared. I think it was Deuce said you could hear them saying throughout the game, stay in your gaps, stay in your gaps, stay in your gaps. They were never out of position on defense. They went low on Deuce Vaughn. They negated him with great tackling. He had some cramping issues. Maybe they should have gone to Giddens a little bit more. But when you're constantly throwing underneath, not throwing past the marker, you're putting yourself in peril of not getting the first down because Tulane was such good tacklers. You weren't going to break a tackle and get there. I'm baffled. Now, all that said, I thought the defense, despite being put in crappy positions all day long, did a pretty good job. And, you know, at the end of the day, it was man on man. Tulane needed to pick up a first down, and they did. Tulane was the better football team. And in fact, it would have almost been unfair if K-State had come back and won this game because Tulane was consistently the better football team. They didn't make mistakes in special teams. They didn't make mistakes defensively very often. And Michael Pratt was the real deal. The kid's good. The kid is good and could play in the Big 12. I think he might play in the NFL. Yeah, he played a really sound game. He's kind of regrouped now, but football's a weird thing. It's a week-by-week endeavor. You know, you just never know. Maybe K-State will go down to Oklahoma and compete next week. I'm a little baffled about what I saw because it seemed like it was completely off-brand from what I expected to see this year from the offense. And I think we probably all recognize that Colin Klein would have some growing pains, but this was a visible growing beyond pain. I don't know. It was a dreadful day for the Wildcats, but again, Tulane won this game. That was impressive. Onward they go. Big 12 plays up. Thoughts of a huge season might be already melting, but you got to go compete at Oklahoma. And whatever happens, you can't let this snowball into more than one loss. Because right now it's 2-1, and onward you go. But boy, they've got to do some self-reflecting about what they're trying to accomplish on offense. And bluntly, that offensive line has got to play better. And the fullbacks and tight ends, well, they were mostly trash blocking. This was not a good effort by K-State, and they better correct a whole bunch of crap or it's going to snowball, as I said. That's it. I'll be back next week with the Tuesday Walk and Talk. And make sure you listen to the Postgame podcast. I'm going to go home, say hi to the dogs, call the wife. She's out of town. and call Brian Hanley. Say, let's get after this and let's break this mess down and get after it. Thanks for watching.